Oh man, it's been like, I don't know, 3 weeks. I'm back though. Back on the stream. Back on the Twitch. I was supposed to go live yesterday. I think I had it like written down my stream title. Like something about like, I'll be back around July 19th. Yesterday was July 19th. I didn't do it. And I wanted to do this. It was like, I don't know, I just didn't feel like it because it was getting late. But we're doing it now. Better late than never. And I think I'm already on the wrong thing. No, I was on 50cc. Good. We're gonna just work our way up from the beginning. Doesn't matter what we... Actually, I'll just go with what I had. What I'm used to using. We're just gonna work our way up to the CCs. That's it. That's all it's gonna be. We're gonna work our way up to where I am currently, which is... I think I finished all the mirror mode ones? Question mark? I think I finished mirror mode entirely. I might be on 200cc? I'm somewhere in 200cc, I think. I'm not on this yet. Like, I still have a few more to do before I would do this one in 200cc, so... If I was to get there, which I will, probably this stream, I think that's doable. It shouldn't take that long. But at any rate, when I am going to reach wherever it is I actually am in my progress, I would will be switching to the cups I have yet to do that are before this in the order. This is the point I'm trying to make. So that's the plan here. I'm gonna be chilling for the first few. 50cc 100. How did this banana get here? Hello? What? We didn't go here. How did the banana end up over there? And the neat thing is I get to learn some of these tracks, because I did some of the Mario Kart Tour tracks. I'm trying to think, are any of them? I'm pretty sure some of them. The New York one for sure. So at least that one was one that I actually played in Tour back when Tour was much newer. Like actually new. But like, I don't know about Paris. Paris is maybe, but like London, this one right here, and like, I don't even know what the other ones. I think the other one's Vancouver or something. We're not in Tour when I played Tour. Wait, I want to lap you. He was immune. He got hit by something already. A few things have changed though since I last streamed, but nothing major. I mean, obviously I changed the chalkboard. Look at that. That's for YouTube, not for Twitch. I got some good chalk for it finally. I was using like 20-year-old chalk I have. Maybe not 20-year-old, but like maybe, I don't know. It was like at least a decade old. Like sidewalk chalk that I had. It wasn't even like, it was like spare random assortment of chalk. Of just old, shitty sidewalk chalk. I decided to get some more decent chalk, actually. was that that sidewalk chalk was not vibrant at all. Probably, I'm gonna say due to age, but also just because it's, you know, subpar quality, whatever. But it's just children's sidewalk chalk. It doesn't have to be good at all. The point is, new chalk, real fun. I honestly think that right now with that thing, I need to honestly get a better chalkboard, because this chalkboard's also kind of scuffed. It's also disturbingly old. Maybe not disturbingly. Disturbingly is a bit harsh. But it's an older chalkboard, that's for sure. And it's also just kind of a cheap one too. I don't think that the chalkboard is doing the chalk justice now. Like before, both the chalk and the chalkboard were kind of old, dated, and low quality, spare, just lying around in storage, garbage. Now the chalk is decent. And I don't have a chalkboard to match it now. I think that if I had a little bit, even just a newer one, honestly. If I washed this one, and it's still kind of meh. Honestly, maybe that might be alluding to the problem with the chalkboard. Unless is there artificial chalkboards? And that's going to sound weird to anyone who doesn't know what I'm talking about, but like chalkboards are just like mud, basically, just hardened mud, I think. Something like that, in essence. So like, I don't know if they have like an artificial substitute for like mud, clay, whatever it is they use to actually make chalkboards. If they do, this one was probably made from it like a decade ago it was, but like I feel like if I got like an actual... Oh, that was great timing. An actually decent chalkboard. This chalk would pop right now. It just kind of... It's not bad for what it's worth. It's not bad. It's much better than the crappy sidewalk chalk. But like... It could be better. In the video of the... Like, they demonstrate the chalks, on the chalkboard, so you can see how vibrant it is and shit. Blah, blah, blah. And obviously it's, it's marketing, so it's the conditions are more ideal, right? Like, the fucking hamburgers at a fast food restaurant don't look like they do in the commercial, right? It's that, basically, it's that kind of situation. So I don't expect it to be like as absolutely perfect as it is in the marketing material, but like based off of the fact that it's this pretty good on this like old crappy chalkboard, I feel like a better chalkboard would make a difference. Like it really, like it's already pretty good, so I feel like actually having a better chalkboard would make it pretty darn close to the actual like marketing material of it. I say marketing material too. It's just a fucking Amazon like product video that they have. Oh, the car almost got me again though. Alright, we got 3 left. I don't think we can get Toadette. Nope. The blue shells will have to find someone else to hit. Or is it still gonna go after me? Man, what even was the last time I streamed? It was not even this month, I think. Yeah, jeez. I don't know, but I can totally check the YouTube VODs. Or the VODs on YouTube. But I don't think it was this month even. YouTube's been going much better than I would think it would. Which is... and it's obviously a surprise, but it's interesting at least. I'm not like super inflated ego about it or anything. I'm just kind of shocked that it's even doing what it is. Like, it's nothing amazing by just even people's normal standards of YouTube. Like, to the average viewer, like, they would look at the stats, they'd be like, this is shit. You're a small, your numbers are shit, man. Like, when I'm watching YouTubers that have like hundreds of thousands or millions of subscribers and they get like some crazy number, like, yeah, those are your big YouTubers. I'm not comparing myself to that. Like, to me, getting however many views my fucking videos are averaging, like 20 or something, I don't even know what it is kind of crazy. Especially when you look at it in the context of like big YouTube channels, right? They have like, especially once they get into the millions, right? Like, they'll have millions of subscribers, but then their videos only get like, they won't pull this, like, their subscriber number will be bigger than the video view number, for sure. Like, they could have like 2 million subs, but their views will get like maybe 100,000, 200,000, right? They'll get a 10. So when you look at it that way, right? I only have, I think, 10 subs. Probably gone down to 9 now. But when you look at it like that, like, I'm averaging way more views than I have subs, so that's kind of neat, I guess. Although then again, it's also not unique at all, because you have those videos, people, instead of doing, I guess they are doing the like, sub, and whatever, like and sub bit, where they say, did you know that most of you guys aren't subscribed to my thing? It's like, you know, right? Subscribe to the thing. It's like, most of you guys aren't. Like, most of my viewers aren't subscribed. And it's like, okay. So then, in that case, maybe I'm not any different than a lot. It's still interesting. I also learned that YouTube Shorts are very, very easy to get views on, apparently. Comparatively speaking. Compared to long form videos, so much more easier to just have a higher view number. Like the clip of Yoshi having his fucking head caved in by a baseball for a home run got like a couple hundred views or something, compared to like the actual fucking video it's from and like everything else. They get like a few tens of views. But okay, I guess it's just easier to get YouTube short views, which makes sense because they're just scrolling. The people just scroll through it, so it makes sense that there would just be higher throughput, higher traffic. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't want to make shorts or anything. I don't want to make TikTok shit. I don't want to make shorts. I don't want to do Instagram. I don't want to do shorts. Don't want to do TikTok. Don't want to do any of that garbage. It's just one of those things where it's like, it's just part of the game, if you will, you know? It's like, I don't want to do it, but I have to. It's just part of the industry, if you want to call it that. Huh, how about that? We're talking about baseball. There's baseball. No, I thought this was... okay, that's a mushroom shortcut. Anyways, I don't want to do that kind of shit. I don't want to do that because it's cringe. I just have to. More or less. If I can get anything that's actually like interesting enough. I don't want to, you know, like, if it has, like, I need something that has enough like content kind of crammed into a short amount of time, or it's like one interesting event, like the Yoshi Kanseiko thing, right? That's just one like interesting event that just happens to take, like, you have the event and you have my reaction that takes, you know, however much time. Like, you have a little bit of build up, then the thing, then my reaction. It's like, okay, that's a good like 30 seconds. It's like, I'm not gonna do shit that, I'm not gonna have that kind of shit happen to me that often. Especially when you consider the fact that I'm not gonna have, like, one, having that kind of shit happen, even if you play a lot, isn't that frequent. Or like, I could go play Mario Super Sluggers right now for like a week, maybe even a month, and I don't think I would have another situation where a character doinks the baseball off their head for a home run, right, to give a run. Now that would just so happen to happen. While I was recording that video for the 4th of July. It's like, okay, cool, I'll use it. And then I don't stream for like a month. I don't record anything. That goes up, you know, soon. Because obviously I recorded that before the 4th of July. I didn't record it on the day. I recorded it like a week prior to the 4th. So I had time to record it, then have the, you know, then get the short out of it, edit it, and all that. So actually that was sitting waiting to go live for like a week. So like, even if I had recorded something, and I might have, I did record stuff. What I'm saying I might have is, I might have recorded something that got at a moment where it's like, oh, we can make a short out of this and it'll be an interesting short. It'll captivate people's short attention span. Or I might not have, you don't know. But if I did, right, I'm not going to release the short before the actual content that it's from. So it would just, I would just be sitting on it for God knows how long, until the actual episode that it's from is scheduled to go up. So I released that at the same time, at the exact same moment. I don't think that's a good idea. Like, I think if you got like Matt Pat, if you, like, cause he does the, like, you know, he used to work as like a analytics guy of YouTube or something, like MCM or whatever the fuck, and he like knows how this shit works, the ins and outs, blah blah. Like if you were to ask him if that's a good idea, he'd probably say no. Right, releasing the short and that video at the same time, but it's like I don't. Actually, no, you know, I didn't release them at the same time. I lied. I'm an idiot. I'm lying. But point still stands. I think it would be agreed that that's probably a bad idea to release them at the exact same moment. But no, I released the episode and then I wait. Like I see where the clip for the short is in the video. Like I think the Yoshi Seiko thing was like 20, no, not 20. No, like, yeah, how long was the video? 30 minutes? Maybe like 20 minutes in, actually, yeah. 20 minutes in, so then 20 minutes after the video comes out, I'll release that. I would have released that short. It's like, people would have had the 20 minutes to watch up to that point in the video. They're like, oh, there's a short of it too? Like, it didn't get spoiled, basically, right? They wouldn't have been able to see the short before having enough time to watch the YouTube video up to that point. Not that it matters for someone like me, because I don't have anyone going and fucking watching watching the video like immediately on release. That doesn't fucking matter, right? But like, still, the principle is what matters. With that. But yeah, I don't want to do that kind of. I don't want to. I just have to. It's part of the job, I guess. The other thing I don't want to do, and I'm never gonna do. Okay. Never is a strong word. It could happen. I don't know, but I don't want to either. Is have clickbait thumbnails. Like I'm almost positive it's hurting quotes. Like I don't think it's like driving away millions of views or anything. Like, no. Like I think at best, you know, because my thumbnail isn't clickbaity, I'm losing out on like 10 views a video. You know, that's not like the biggest fucking thing in the world, right? But like I just don't want to have. I don't want to have, you know, the clickbaity thumbnails. I just don't. I don't like it. I don't like clickbait. They're just so annoying. They're so fucking stupid. Like all like throw an arrow on this. Like, oh my god, fucking throwing an arrow. Like you put an arrow on a thumbnail, it just does stuff. Like literally just you put an arrow in the picture and like you're good. It doesn't have to point to anything actually relevant either. I saw a thumbnail like that like a week ago. They just had an arrow kind of just pointing at some random part of the thumbnail that wasn't related to the title at all. It's like, oh yeah, They just put an arrow on the screen. It's just attention grabber. It's just that's all it is. Right? It's just a visual that's well contrasted against the background, and thus gets your attention more easily. Doesn't even have to actually point at something relevant. It's stupid. I don't want to do that. I also don't want to make the fucking cringe fucking faces. You know? But looking at someone else do like a very obviously fake emotion, and it's also like slightly photoshopped or something, and it's like looking at someone else doing that kind of face or whatever is already kind of like ugh. But like looking at I would have to be the one editing that thumbnail, and looking at myself doing that shit, that's like listening to your own voice, right? You hate listening to your own voice. It's like now you just have to look at yourself doing something cringe and stupid. It's like, God, fuck no. Ah, fuck, double whammy. Lose out on 6 coins from that. So I'd rather not do that. I like my, admittedly, more boring, I guess, thumbnails. I think, personally speaking, I think that I did a good job at doing the layout of the thumbnails. Like I have the bar at the top with all the, well, sure, I have the fucking game cover in the middle, little bar at the top that has the episode number and like, or if it's a stream, the date of the stream. And it just has the, you know, hey, this is my channel on the top. It's good. I'm fine with that. I think it's well organized. I should have thought, actually. I should, speaking of, like, stupid shit, the fucking NPC streaming on TikTok. I just heard about this yesterday or the day before yesterday. I don't know. Recently, within the last few days, I heard of it. I don't know how long it's been going. I think it's going on for like a week or two, or maybe a week and a half or something. So I'm kind of late to the ball game of knowing about it. I'm thinking maybe I should change my, oh hey, nice. Super Horn right where I needed it. I could change my fucking stream title to, I don't know what would be like the most, oh fuck, you turned right in front of me. I don't know what would be the most obvious juxtaposition to NPC, like, if I said player one stream, like what would that come across as? Obviously the opposite of NPC? Like, I don't think so. I would want to have it be something like that, though, so that would be funny. But people, I have to make it so people get the joke. Without having to come in here and have me like, explain that it's the opposite of NPC streaming. I guess I would just call it playable character stream. Or like not non-playable character stream. Or something, I don't know. It's funny. Like, that's clever. I just don't think that people will get the fucking joke when they read the title. That's the issue. I think there's only two, right? Yeah. We did both. Yes. All right, on to 100. That'll be funny though. Yeah, this was all just a side tangent of me being like, hey, I haven't been here for a while. Things have been crazy though on the YouTube, blah, blah, blah. It's like, eh. Things change, things are doing what they're doing. It's pretty neat. Ugh. I've now run out of things to say for the moment, which is not good. Honestly, I don't even know what else there is to talk about. Nothing. There's no other things going on or happening right now, I don't think. No, never mind. I had a thought for a moment. I was like, did anything happen with Twitch recently or no? Like, going beyond the whole Sub-split debate. Has anything happened since then? No, I don't think so. I'm trying to remember, but no. I don't think so. I feel like something happened with someone. Oh, no, that's right. Fucking Microsoft, the acquisition of Blizzard finally went through, at least in the States. There's still a legalese issue in the UK. Which is interesting. I don't really know what the fuck Microsoft can be expected to do with Blizzard. Like, I don't know what people are expecting from this. Like, what? Do people just think that Microsoft's gonna fucking save Overwatch? Fuck no. Doesn't matter if it's owned by Microsoft, doesn't matter if it's owned by fucking Sony, it doesn't matter if Nintendo fucking owns Overwatch. It's fucking Overwatch. Well, that's just fucked. Overwatch is just fucked. All of Blizzard's IPs are just kind of fucked. Except maybe, I know COD's kind of fucked too. It's less fucked though. I don't even know what Blizzard's actual... What is their best franchise? What is their strongest franchise? Because it's not Overwatch. It's not COD. But like they have those two, World of Warcraft and then Diablo, I think, or something. It's certainly not that. Could be World of Warcraft. I don't. Oh, okay. I don't think that Microsoft's gonna save anything when it comes to Blizzard's IPs. If anything, there's an equal chance to make it worse. Because no one can know what the fuck it is they're actually gonna do. I don't even think they actually know what they're gonna do with Blizzard yet. So they could make it better, they could make it worse, you don't know. I'm so far ahead, I'm just gonna grab this coin. There we go. Oh, there's one more up there. Okay. I just want the 10. I want to get as many as I can for those unlockables. I think I am still missing some stuff. I'm at least missing the golden hang glider. And golden wheels, I'm pretty sure exist, right? Missing those. I also, getting back to the Microsoft Blizzard thing, I heard that, what was it, Sony, or someone argued, it was some, I think it was Sony, maybe, was like arguing that like, I know the judge mentioned it in the ruling or something, that's what was used as a reference as well, but like there was an argument being made of like Call of Duty will be now made only an Xbox exclusive, and so it'll be limiting like the availability of Call of Duty to gamers if it's owned by Microsoft now instead of a third party. It's like, oh, like honestly, fucking like when you thought Call of Duty, did you think of PlayStation? No. When you mention Call of Duty on consoles to someone, they think of fucking of Xbox. They think of the fucking open mic, fucking low quality, fucking like gain all the way up. Actually, my gain's all the way up too, but like, you know, low quality mic with like maximum gain and a fucking airplane engine in the fucking background. Right? That's what people think about when they think of COD. They think of that on Xbox. But they don't think of that on fucking PlayStation. The fuck are you talking about? Limiting fucking availability. Like, yeah, sure, now it won't. I mean, it'll still be I gotta enunciate better. That's something else I've kind of come to a realization of in like the past month or two is I have to enunciate better. So like, even when I just edit my video, oh shit. Even when I just edit my videos or I like do shit like that where I have to listen to my own voice and I hear myself not enunciating. So I gotta work on that shit. Anyways. But like it's still gonna be COD is still gonna be available on PlayStation. Like don't fucking it's still gonna be available on PlayStation. Microsoft bought Mojang and the same argument was made like, oh, they're gonna stop all the other home console releases of Minecraft. And like they're gonna end Java Edition. Like does anyone remember this? Hello? Remember this? Do you remember all these arguments that people were making? These same exact arguments when it came to Microsoft buying Mojang in Minecraft? Hello? Anyone remember that? Like that was like, oh god, how stop, wait a minute, how long ago was that? I was gonna say that was like 3 years ago. It was like fucking 7 or some shit. God damn it. God damn it, that was too long ago apparently. Oh my god. That's one of those moments where you're just like, oh god, wait, that was how long ago? Oh, I thought that felt like it was a couple of years ago. You're telling me it was like a decade ago? Oh. And it wasn't a decade ago, but like still, it's much longer than people might remember. Oh wait a minute, that was when? Oh shit. I don't even remember how long. I don't even remember when that was. It was at least like 5 years ago, I think. Like, oh god. And it's like people made the same fucking arguments when it came to Microsoft buying Mojang. It's like they're gonna take it off of the Switch. They're gonna take it, or not the Switch. The Switch wasn't out yet. They're gonna take it off the Wii U. Oh boy. They're gonna take it off the Wii U. They're gonna take it off the PS4. Was that the one? Was that generation? 4? It was the Xbox One and the PS4, I think? I don't know. I don't even know. I'm pretty sure. We're just gonna go with it. Even if it's wrong, I'm just gonna go with that. Like, they're gonna take it off of PlayStation. They're gonna take it off of the Nintendo. They're gonna stop Java Edition. Like, that was the big one. It's like they're gonna make they have Bedrock. And they're gonna make everything Bedrock. And there's no longer gonna be Java. It's like, nope, wrong. There's still Java. Like, they didn't. The only thing that happened is you just migrated your Mojang account into a Microsoft account. That's it. Just everything else is still there. It isn't like. No, I don't think it is. I was gonna say, aren't like other actual like Microsoft original IPs. Aren't those like on other platforms? I was like, no, there's no way Halo's on PlayStation. But like, one thing though. One thing I will say though was there was an argument being made of like in defense of Microsoft. It was the argument that like, no, this won't limit the availability of Blizzard IPs to gamers. It'll enhance it because Microsoft likes to, right? Microsoft's not going to just keep it on the Xbox, right? The argument being made was like, oh, they're going to make these all Xbox exclusives, and then a defense being made by people was like, no, it's going to be cross-platform because it's going to be available on PC. Like Microsoft isn't just keeping it to their own Xbox; they're putting it on PC. It's like, that doesn't fucking matter. Like, sure, that's two devices. It's not just Xbox. It's Xbox and PC. They're making it available on other platforms. They're not just keeping it at the Xbox, Sony. You fuckers, you fucking liars. They're making it available on other platforms that they own. Like, no one fucking went the extra two feet to be like, oh, wait a minute. Oh, it's available on PC. Oh, through the Xbox app. Oh, that's right. And who owns the fucking... Right, who owns the fucking most popular operating system on PCs? Oh, fuck. Wait, is it Microsoft? Damn it. We've been playing like fools. Like, hello? No, guys, don't worry. All the Activision things are going to be available on PC. It's through the fucking Xbox app. At least initially. Okay, granted, they do have their stuff on Steam. They did put at least the Master Chief Collection, I know that one for a fact, on Steam, because it is in my wish list. And I'm never gonna play it, but like, I know it's there at least. That's how I know it's on Steam. It's like at the bottom of my fucking wish list because I actually have the whatchamacallit, the Xbox Live Pass thing. So I can play it anyways. But like, in case I ever decide to end that subscription or like for some reason take it off of that for some reason, because they do take games off of there. I have to put them, and I would have to get them on like Steam. Or get them on my totally legitimate Nintendo Switch that I'm playing this on. I did that with some games already, actually. One that I'm gonna play that I was planning to play on Xbox Live. Or is it called Xbox Live? What is it called? I think it's just called Xbox Live. I'm just gonna go with it. Even if I'm wrong, I think people know what I'm talking about. Xbox Game Pass? It's Game Pass. It's Game Pass. I remember. Nope, it's Game Pass. Okay. Well, anyways. The point is I have Game Pass, blah, blah. I can play it if I want to. I'm not, whatever. And I have it on my wish list because just in case for some reason I don't want to pay for the Game Pass anymore or they take it off. Okay, whatever. Anyways. And there are games that were on there that I was planning to play, and there's one that I am going to record that I was planning to play on Xbox Live, Xbox Game Pass, that is no longer on there. So I have now acquired it via my totally legitimate Nintendo Switch. Honestly, it's kind of my fault. In more ways than one, actually. I have to do it on my totally legitimate Switch. Because one, like, I knew that was a possibility of like they can take this game off of there. They could. At some point in the near future, they could. You gotta probably play it now. Better now than when it's too late. And so that's number, right? That's point number one. But the issue is point number one is actually moot because, right, point number one is a moot point because I did fucking play it when it was available on Xbox Game Pass, and I did record it. I never finished the game. Granted, I got like 60% of the way through. I never finished it, but I got a decent chunk of the way through, recorded it, and I don't know where the fuck the recordings are, honestly. I also think I just wasn't super happy with them either. Because those were like, actually like a year ago at this point, maybe. So like in the before times of like me getting more comfortable with like being expressive. Like I've been super expressive. If you look at this stream and this VOD or whatever the fuck, wherever, whenever, wherever this is being viewed, like you look at it compared to even the last stream I did before this, or any other video that's not any other video, but a lot of the videos that I have up, a good 80 at least % of them, I make much more like exciting, vocal, expressive in this than any of those. And those recordings of this game that I will not mention yet for spoilers, I'm not going to spoil the game I have planned yet. Like, when you consider that I recorded that before all those other videos that I was a lot less exciting in, which I then learned from, right? You learn as you go. I have now learned as I went to get to this. And those were recorded before then. Like, those were, I was not happy with them. Because the thing is, to be expressive, like, one, you have to like learn kind of how everything kind of goes first off. And you have to learn like, okay, where's the best place to put my mic, how loud do I need to speak, blah blah blah, all that stuff, right? Feeling it out. You're just feeling it out. And also, to be expressive, you gotta be able to, you know, emote and kind of have a larger range of volume that you are allowing yourself to inhabit. I'm like trying to explain this using weird terminology, I think. But like, the point being is that like now I mean like, you know, I'm going like kind of super like, oh my god, like this, and it's like like that, and it's like, oh my god, it's like, what the fuck, you know, like I'm like, that's a whole range of volume. Have all those different like contexts, right, of like the actual emotion I'm trying to portray. God, fuck, I hate speaking. Portray? Right? And it's like before, it's like, you know, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, so I'm just kind of sitting there like monotone. And if I have some emotion, I'm trying to like keep it from being like too fucking over the top. Actually, there's still limits no matter what. Like, I'm never gonna fucking like scream at the top of my fucking lungs over something, right? Either for any emotion, right? Either excitement, the big old Yahoo, right, out there, or something great, or like a god damn it kind of thing, right? I'm not gonna like, that's about as loud as I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna like whisper yell it, you know, or like, that's not whisper yelling, but you know what I mean. Like kind of winded yelling, right? Like, you know, that's how you would yell when you're like already winded. like you're yelling under your breath or something kind of thing. I don't know really how to explain, but like you just heard the example, so like that. I'm gonna keep doing that because it's like, you know, yelling is yelling. It's never a good thing. Even for like, forget like any limitations of like, you know, disturbing other people somewhere around you. But even just for the mic, like yelling would clip the mic, the audio would sound like shit. It's like, yeah, there's still limitations. But like I've now learned where those limitations are. Because before it's like I was just like, okay, now we're gonna, yeah, look, I'm making a right turn. Oh, look, there's Peach behind me. Who else is with her? I'm kind of getting away. That's good. Oh, she has a red shell. Shit. Like, that's boring. That's boring. Like, I mean, I can still say kind of, you know, analytical stuff. Right? Analyze the situation, describe what's going on. I can still do that, but you know, about less monotone first off, and kind of shy. But it's a learning curve. Also, dead air. Like that was I started talking right now, and I was like, also dead air because I'm doing dead air right now, not talking. You gotta be interesting. You gotta always keep saying something. It's like I don't know what the fuck to talk about every single waking moment. Fuck, I'm tired. Like anyway, I don't know what to talk about every single moment. And that's where getting viewership would actually be helpful. Like I don't want fucking more viewers of live streams so that I could have bigger numbers. Like obviously that's what that would be. It would be bigger numbers, right? You know, like that's cool. But the biggest benefit of having you know, if I was to have even a handful of people, like even 10, not even 10. I say, okay, when I say 10, I mean like 10 viewers, because you know, like when there's 10 people, only like 1 or 2 of them are chatting. That's kind of just how the ratios always work out. So even just having like, even having 1 person, or like 2 people, or 3, like the more you have, like at some point it actually starts to have like diminishing returns. But like having people to actually hold a discussion with in real time, that's huge. Because here's the thing, right? This is why big streamers have such an easier time. Right? It's such an easier thing once you're a big streamer. Because you have, right? Because you don't have to keep trying to talk and keep on having to think about the topic, right? You don't have to come up with the topic idea yourself. A lot of times, these streamers will be sitting there, right? They'll come in with an initial topic or something, maybe. But then chat will bring something else up, and that'll start the streamer talking about that thing. And the chat will bring up another thing. Or then maybe then the streamer will go on a side tangent related to this other thing that chat brought up. And so it just keeps going. And therefore, there's never really... God damn, my nose is itchy. There's never really that much dead air. The only real time there's like dead air is if like the streamer's saying something set up real quick and they're not focused on talking or even looking at chat or anything, they're just focused on setting stuff up. God, my allergies are fucking off the charts right now. They're behaving right now, but like my nose is itchy and I'm like fucking dying a little bit. Anyways, that's such a huge thing. Like, that's such a nice thing to have. even just a few viewers. They just make it so much more easier. I forgot we're on 150cc already. I'm overdriving, understeering actually. That's what that was. Understeer. If this gets dicey, I'm gonna have to switch cars, or at least switch wheels. Actually, no, just switch cars entirely. Especially for 200cc, like 150 I'll be fine. 200 we're gonna have to switch. But for now it's like I have to, okay, there's just a banana here all the time, huh? But for now it's like I've learned to have a little bit more range of like emotion and volume and tone, and be more vibrant, exciting in my speech. So it's like, all right, that's a step. Now I just have to have things to talk about. Give me a horn? Nope. At least I made it over. Didn't fall into the abyss. So that's a moment. That was okay, right? If I can talk about the game like that then. Going back to that point I made about like how I can still talk about the game from time to time. I don't even remember what I was talking about. Like I somehow went on like 3 tangents on my own. Went from I'm trying to get back to where I started here. I was like Xbox Game Pass. I was gonna play on Game Pass. Why was I talking about Game Pass though? I don't remember. I don't remember. I remember everything after that. I remember talking about like how there was a game on there that I wanted to play. I didn't, and it's like I talked about the one point is moot because I actually did play it and I recorded it, and then that's how we got into this tangent. Most recent one about me being better at being interesting and stuff, and like learning how to be more expressive and whatever. I don't know how the fuck we got into like Xbox Game Pass though. I'm trying to think. Why was I talking about that? Actually though, like why? Oh no, that's right. We were talking about Microsoft acquiring Blizzard, and I was talking about the Xbox Live, the Xbox app. Or whatever. I think that's how we got here. And how like, oh yeah, no, sure, it's on PC. Yeah, that's right. No. I think the last relevant point, god damn it, Luigi. The last relevant point I made was, in fairness, they do release it on Steam. And that's how I got into the tangent of Xbox Game Pass, because I do have that, and why I have games that are on there on my Steam wishlist, even though I have the Game Pass. There we go. We've made a full circle now. I've figured out where I am. I figured out where I was in that discussion. Oh god, I think I might not win this one. Actually, no, I think Baby Daisy just did the work for me. Picking up Pink Gold Peach. Okay, we're good. I was bumping into everything there. Yeah, anyways, it's like Microsoft is putting it out on Steam, but like that doesn't really help. And it does. But I think the point, if I recall correctly, the point I was going to make about that, like yeah, okay, they're gonna put it on PC. They're gonna put it on the fucking Xbox app though. So it's still fucking Xbox, just the Xbox app on PC, which runs Windows that Microsoft is the developer of. And it's like, yes, they put their shit on Steam, but like they put that shit on Steam like a year later or something, you know? So like for the first at least year or something, like the precedence is that it's going to be an Xbox, like the physical console, or an Xbox app on the PC exclusive. At least, right? They could say, oh, it's cross-platform because it's on PC, and then have it on the fucking Xbox app only, and not put it on Steam even. You'd be like, well, is it really though? Because it's still just the Xbox app on Windows, which you also develop. So like, you know, kind of think. No, okay. So like, that's a whole thing. I don't know why people weren't like, right? Because people were making the argument to defend Microsoft, and like, no, this cross-platform, it's going to be on PC, on the app on the Xbox app, which is being run on a Windows machine. So is it really though? And like then you say, oh, Steam in like a year after release. It's like, sure, I guess technically that, yeah, but like, does that actually end up helping the game? Like, who cares about it a year later? Like, that doesn't matter really. No, don't worry, like we're gonna release on Steam a year later. You know, a year is like everyone who would have ever bought the game has already bought the game pretty much. Like 90% at least. So like, it's really just an exclusive. It's a cross-platform or multi-platform thing. It's a platform exclusive disguised as a multi-platform via that loophole that Microsoft has. I also wonder what they're gonna do with the with Activision itself, Activision Blizzard. I've been referring to them as Blizzard the whole time, and now I just suddenly use Activision Blizzard, in case for some reason someone was living under a rock and decided to for some reason watch this. Anyways, like what the fuck are they actually gonna do with it? So they have the IPs, okay, right, cool. But what are they gonna do with Activision Blizzard though? It's like, I just mentioned it, they have the Xbox app, but Blizzard has Battle.net. Activision Blizzard has their own thing. It's Battle.net. So like, what's gonna happen to Battle.net? Are they gonna do what they did with Mojang accounts from Minecraft and just have them migrate into Microsoft accounts? That seems like the only option. I mean, it's not the only option. They could just leave it as is, but like, that's probably what they're going to do. If they don't want to just leave it as is, that's the only option they have to change it up. Really, if you think about it, what this is, right? Microsoft's plan isn't actually have bought out all third-party developers and own all the IPs. No, 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 no. You see, that's what you thought the plan was. You thought that's what it was. That's not the plan, though. The plan is to secretly make it so more people have Microsoft accounts. That's what they're really trying to do. They're just trying to inflate their Microsoft account numbers. I see through you. I see through you, Microsoft. I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to up those Outlook numbers. Or something. They're trying to get people to have more fucking Outlook emails. Which honestly, more people have those. Actually. I may be joking, like I'm kind of kidding about it, but it's like, it's kind of happening anyways. Not just through like dragging gamers through buying third-party developers that have their own system and migrating all those accounts into Microsoft accounts. Like bringing people into the Microsoft ecosystem. But like just people are having more Outlook accounts in general now. And I think who was it that made a video on this? Someone made a video on it. It's some video about like why is I think the why school systems are switching off of Chromebooks or something like that. That was whatever, something like that was the actual point of the video. But the argument made of like applies to like everything else, like, you know, like Apple products and like, you know, the like suites of products or whatever, right? Like the reason why I'm trying to remember how this exactly ties into like Google and their Google suite of like Google Drive and Docs and whatever. Like they had that, like they had like the thing where like they gave it to the schools and stuff, and that's why like you always used. Maybe I still use it, but like you use Google Drive in schools. Like I still use Google stuff just in my personal life. And so that's the same argument for like everything. Like that's why Adobe exists. Or that's why like industries are on certain types of machines. Or like you look at like designers, like just in general, like designers or like architects or something or whatever it is, right, you want to talk about, they all use, right, it's common, right, the combo is use Adobe products, Adobe software on Macs. That's the combo. Oh god. Okay, we made it. But that's the combo, right? That's the combo. Use an Adobe product on an Apple machine. Where do they learn it? They learn that growing up in, because that's what their schools gave them. They gave them, right? They have these partnerships with the companies, right? You know, Apple gives them the fucking laptops, and then Adobe sells them a discount, or like they sell them the subscription to the cloud suite thing that they have for a bulk discount or whatever. And you know, they have these schools use these things, and everyone learns how to do these things on those things, and they integrate into the system like that. And so like the way this ties back into Outlook is that like, because Outlook is part of Microsoft's like Office 365 or whatever the fuck it is, like system program thing, like their version of Google Suite, like of Google Drive and like stuff. Like it's all, you know, like the integrated kind of stuff. I guess it's really theirs first because they made Word and Excel first, and Google kind of copied it just with more online features. Anyway, but you know that's relevant. But the point is like the idea of like a productivity suite that functions like it does, like this way in this particular model, was more of like Google ripped off of Microsoft's products and they created the whole suite thing with it, and now Microsoft copied the suite implementation of these products. So anyways, but like people have more Outlook accounts now, I feel like I've seen, because I think one of the arguments that was being made in that video was like schools were using, when I was growing up, is about like everything they said in that video was what I experienced, right? They were like, schools used to use Google Classroom before they realized it was just like a glorified uploader or like sharing feature of like Google Docs, basically. Right? Because it was working just fine up until like everything had to be online or something, I think was the point. One villager, get away from me. Someone in this. Okay, good. So like, once all that happened, they needed something a bit more robust than fucking Google Classroom. So like, they've been switching over to like other productivity suites because they were bulk buying this shit from Google when it was like, not even bulk buying it. Google gives it to schools for free. Actually, they mentioned it. Google will give this shit free to school systems. So it was like they were using it as like the cheap option because it was all they fucking needed. Then once they needed something more robust to do everything like off-site, I had to teach not in person for a while. They were like, you know, we need something better than this, but this is actually kind of shit. Like, we need something that's going to be more than just a glorified sharing capability, which is what Google Classroom was. And so like they basically all just gave up like everything Google. Like they didn't even keep like certain bits and pieces. Because I think Google will only give it to, you know, like they have to have whole package for the free things. So they can't just have like, they can't a la carte it. You know, they can't just be like, oh, we want the emails and Google Drive, please and thank you. You know, like no, it has to be all or nothing thing for them to get it for free or something. I don't know, but I'm guessing that's the I'm guessing that's the caveat. I think that's a reasonable assumption. So I personally think that Gmail is much better than Outlook. I think that Gmail is better than Outlook. I think that Google Drive is much better than Word. Like from a pure, like, not functionality per se, because like you can, like, there's more in-depth controls of like ways to manipulate text in Microsoft Word than there is in like format text and stuff than there is in Google Docs, for sure. But like just the whole like being able to access it more easily. Like I've done it before where I, like, you know, I can start something on my computer, write something up, And then like I remember back when I was in school, in like high school, right? I would be writing an assignment, then like I was that kid. I was the kid who fucking did their homework on the goddamn bus. Not like going to school on the day, it was like just in general, right? I did that because I could, because you know I could start typing up the thing in Google Docs on my laptop, then get on the fucking school bus, and when I'm on the school bus, continue typing it in Google Docs on my phone while I rode the bus. That's genuinely useful. Right? You can't do that shit with Word. That's like that's the one big thing with Word. Is that Word doesn't have like any like built-in online functionality, at least I know of. Like they have autosave finally, and I'm pretty sure they implemented that years ago. I know that was a big thing with Google, like Google Docs and shit. Like way back in the day, it's like it has autosave. Like that's huge, you know. Whereas like before, right in the olden days, right, you would always get reminded like remember to save, because you could type some shit and then you could exit it and not save. That was a thing. I remember that shit, and it's like, yep. But Google Drive, you don't have to do that. That's so nice. Like I remember that being a thing. Like that was genuinely a feature. And now it's just like if you don't have it, you're stupid. Like back in the day, it used to be like a genuine feature. But I think that like the point I was making was that like yes, Word is more in depth, but it's less versatile. There we go. That's the word. Like it's less versatile. Like, you can't do the example I named of like going on your phone on the bus and typing in Google Docs with Word. You can't do that. I think that Gmail functions much better than Outlook. Right? Because Microsoft's like login system thing, I just don't like it. Like having to log into a Microsoft account, it just feels so to me. Because to me a Microsoft account was like always you have to go out of your way and make one, and you have to go out of your way to use it. Like making an account, right? That's, you know, you can make accounts for everything these days. So that's okay, whatever. But like you still have to go out of your way to then fucking use it. You know? The thing is, it's not implemented any differently than a Google account is. Like the big difference is that everyone has a Google account though. Because everyone uses Google, some sort of Google thing, right? With the number one thing being YouTube, right? So you make a fucking Google account to then have a YouTube account, and so you already have a Google account, and then you just log into your Google account to like make accounts for everything else, right? You make an account with via your Gmail on a lot of things. Like, because you already have the Gmail because you fucking made one for YouTube. Or you made a YouTube account, so now you have a Gmail, and you just start using it to fucking log into everything, like create accounts for everything else. That gives you that option to make an account by using that. Right? There's nothing that people commonly use that uses the Microsoft account. Like, you can't create, like, the things that you can create accounts for or accounts with on platforms is Google, Facebook, and something else maybe. I don't know. But like Google, like you can create an account using Google, or you create an account using Facebook. Like pretty much literally everything has that option. There's some that don't, or some that don't have other options than that. But everything has those two options for sure. Right? But none of them, fucking none of them, have the option to make an account on their service using, right, by tying it directly into a Microsoft account or like Outlook or whatever the fuck. So Microsoft account, like Outlook, is just so out of the way, in my opinion. So it's just like it's the annoying one to me. Now, granted, the argument I just made doesn't actually apply to me. Doesn't really apply to me that much. Because I have a habit of not doing that anyways, and just like actually straight up making an account manually most of the time, instead of just being like the automatic, you know, sign up using Google or something. And most of the time we'll do it manually anyways, but like the argument is there though. The point is you can do it with Google. So it's much more, you use it so much more in just normal day-to-day stuff. Whereas the Microsoft shit, like you have to go out of your way to go and use it. It doesn't just come up in normal everyday use. So it just feels to me like an annoying like third service, like third party service, even though it's fucking Microsoft. So it's like, I don't know, I just feel like back to the Outlook thing, like I see people with more Outlook emails, and now it's like, cause everything's changed, and now like I guess really it's more of my perspective. I think I don't think anything's changed really. I think schools still use Google Drive. They according to the video at least and all that, and my own experience, they switched off of Google Classroom into better stuff like Canvas and Moodle. Even my own college, I know they used to have 3, I think, even. They used to have Moodle, Canvas, and Blackboard, I think it was called. Maybe that is Moodle. I don't know. But it feels like they used to have 3. Then they switched to 2, so like, I don't know like if they're ever gonna consolidate or like concentrate everything into just having one thing. I feel like they would have done that, you know, just kind of have it be like a, damn it, Link, have it be like policy of like just have everything in one spot. But I guess they're just never gonna do that. I don't know. But anyway, no, I think that's just more of a perspective thing. Like, to me, it's like more people have Outlook accounts. I'm sure if you're in like middle school or high school, like that doesn't make any, like that doesn't seem right to you, because like everyone you know is in the fucking Gmail account provided to them by the school, and they're all in the Gmail ecosystem. So it's like, I don't know why you're looking at emails. I don't know. That's not. Yeah, talk to kids about email. Yep, super relatable. I'm sure every young person watching this is like, oh, dude, I check on my emails every 5 minutes. So I know what you're talking about, brother. Like, no. But anyone who, anyone who is old enough is getting me here, right? You're seeing eye to eye with me here, right? When you were in school, right? You were using the Google stuff. Everyone was using Gmail, or they only knew Gmail. Now you're in work, and it's like all these places use because they're more professional, quote unquote, and shit. And it's like they're going to use the more professional tier stuff, which means Microsoft, which means Word, which means the Microsoft Office 365 suite, which means Microsoft Outlook. And there it is. Now everyone suddenly, who's your age is using Microsoft Outlook because they've been using it in their life and in work. And now they're going to start, now it's more integrated into their life. And then it's like, that's what it is. That's what it is. It's just my perspective, but I think that's just a general trend too. I think that's happening in the places where people get introduced, and like, because there are two places you get sucked into the ecosystem, right? Either once you're in the industry and it's something that like is easily transitionable, or like you can go from Gmail to Outlook like that, because it's still a fucking email. It still works the goddamn same. Like you're not gonna be like, oh god, how do I use Outlook? It's so different than Gmail. It doesn't function. Like, no, it's a fucking email. Like, there's no learning curve between the two. Like, fine. But then there's the other ones that I was mentioning, like, right? Like, everyone who designs shit uses fucking Adobe, and they have to use their goddamn fucking Macs because they're fucking special, because they fucking only learned how to use fucking Adobe products and Macs when they were in fucking school and college. It's like, there it is. Everyone has to fucking use their shit that they're fucking places that they learned it. And I had those deals with Apple and Adobe to fucking get their, to get everyone hooked on their shit. So now everyone just uses it when they go into the industry, and it's like, and it just becomes the fucking standard. That's the only reason it's the industry standard, is because people fucking learned on it and they didn't feel like fucking changing it. Also because Adobe was the only game in town. There's that. But also because, okay, so the Adobe thing is like, okay, that's the only game in town. But the fucking Mac thing was literally like, because people got fucking brainwashed on that shit by having it forced onto them in college. Like, I remember, right? Like, I would, like, I can go, right? I would go to the print lab. I could go to the print lab, and every fucking computer in there, like the physical device that's in there, is a MacBook, or not a MacBook, fuck, is a Mac desktop, at least monitor thing, right? It's obviously not like, a fucking Mac Pro sitting on the desk plugged into each monitor. It's like they have like a fucking server thing, blah blah blah, like all the machines are running off of and shit, like, something like that, some fancy networking shit. I don't, like, the monitors are all fucking like Apple monitors, but I specifically remember they're actually all virtual. All of them, like, they're running virtual machines. I kid you not, right? They have this setup where it's like, I think maybe the Mac, I think like it's actually just like they have some fancy shit going on where it's like you can log into like the Mac, like straight up, but then you also have like this option where like you can then log into like a Windows virtual machine that they're also running on like whatever server, like based off of out of whatever server or something they have like networked in. And when I say server, I mean like the only reference I can think of that people would actually fucking like be like, oh, like that would be like a common thing that people would have heard of, would be like Linus's fucking home computer setup, where like they have like the computers like not in an actual PC case, but like mounted in a server rack in the basement kind of thing. Like that's how the university has like all their shit set up. Like it's on a much larger scale. Then they can run VMs off of them too, like a similar manner, or so, like it's fancy shit. Like that's, but that's the general setup I think. Is it's similar like that, where they have like just a giant fucking setup of like things built in like server racks. And whether or not it's a virtual machine or not, I don't know, but I know that the Windows one is definitely a virtual machine. Like it could all be virtual machines, it could all be like all the things are physically there, off-site, something, and it's all just networked in. I don't know. And when I say all the things are physical, I mean just the Mac specifically, because the Windows is guaranteed 100% virtual machine. Just literally off of the fact that all the monitors in that lab were Mac, like Mac monitors. I don't know if they were like the kind of Mac where the computer is built into the back of the display thing. I genuinely don't know. It could be that. So it could be like when you would log into the Mac, you're genuinely logging into that like physical computer. But like then they have like this weird fancy thing going on where it's like they network into like they patched in like a server that has a whole bunch of VMs of Windows for each computer or something. Like you can log in. Right, because it's not like log in from like, you know, open up Mac OS and then open up the VM once you're logged into the Mac OS. No, it's like the actual login screen. Like you can turn on the computer with the power button and it'll take you to a screen where there's two options, Mac OS or Windows OS, and you have to, you know, select between the two using the arrow keys and then hit enter and pick one, and it'll take you to the login screen of that OS. Anyways, but the point I was striving towards making originally was that one, all the monitors in their Mac to begin with, they're all running some combination of either virtual machine Windows and either VM Mac or actually physically their Mac that has a VM tied into it somehow. Have that kind of functionalities. I described it like logging in. It's not just like straight up like log into Mac and then run a VM. It's like, no, it's like more integrated than that going on. So like, but the thing I was going to eventually say was that aside from all the monitors being physically Mac, physically they were Mac monitors, but they could run Windows VMs. Right, that was an option. But notice how I'm saying it, right? They could run Windows VM because they could and they can. Whatever. But I'm saying it like this because like no one fucking used the Windows. Like that's like I go in there. Every fucking computer is always on Mac OS. I would be the one fucking guy who actually go to the fucking like whatever the Apple equivalent of the start menu is, hit log out or restart or something to switch OS. Right? There was literally like typed in as that. It was really worded like restart to switch OS or log out to switch OS or something. But they had it custom set up to say that. I don't think anyone else ever, whoever fucking went there and like actually opened up that menu and went, oh, we can change the OS to Windows? No, everyone would always just fucking use the Mac OS on there. I mean, they obviously have to log in to their own account. Or log in via their university account to have, you know, their own private thing, right? You know, that's just how it works, obviously, right? But like whenever, right? So, you know, you would log in to your university account. Like it would sit there like this. It would sit there. It would sit there like this. You walk in. You sit down at a station, at a computer, and when you would move the mouse, right, wake up the screen, you'd be presented with the Mac login screen every fucking time. No one ever left it on Windows. If anyone ever used it on Windows, no one was ever leaving it. I doubt they were. I'm pretty sure everyone was sitting down there because they were all fucking used to Mac, logging into their fucking school account, into this Mac OS that was on there, and using it because they already fucking were brainwashed into using Mac. I was the only one who would go in there and be like, okay, let me sit down. Okay, let me fucking quickly restart to switch OS into Windows. Like I can guarantee, because I did this a couple of times. Like sometimes I would switch it back. Like I would take the time, be like, okay, I'm gonna log out now, and it's like, hold on, let me just not fuck over all these fucking Mac OS brainwashed dumbasses that won't know what the fuck to do when they shake the mouse and see a Windows screen. They're like, oh my, what is this? What is this demon shit on this? What is this? And forgive me, Steve, for looking at this monstrosity or something. You know, like they would fucking get down on their fucking hands and knees, open the fucking, right, and then like open the fucking Steve Jobs prayer Bible on their fucking iPhone, and repent for their sins of looking at Windows. Then they would fucking cry. They're like, I need help. I can't. Someone help me log in. I need Mac. I need Mac OS. Like, you know, to save them from that, a couple, you know, most of the time I'd be, okay, I'm gonna log out of, and I'm gonna log out, then I'm gonna restart the machine and switch it back to Mac, so the next person who shows up doesn't have to fucking have their fucking life ruined, fucking by having to be like, oh my god, it's Windows, I don't know what to do, right? Having to get, like, I never stayed to C, but I can just assume that they would have no fucking clue what to do, and they would probably have to get the person from like the help desk and be like, how do I use Mac or something? Or like they would just go over to another free workstation. Probably that's actually probably what happened, unless it was busy. If it was like super jam-packed, like people probably fucking like the room would fucking slowly fill, because there's obviously hours where it would be more busy than other times of the day. So I guarantee you, like, as it got more busy, like, people would fill up, and then by chance, people would sit at the one fucking computer that... Sometimes I would leave it, like, I would just log out of my account and just leave it on window. So like, I bet you whenever I did that, and then, like, the hours got busier, right? They became more busy. Like, people would slowly filter in, you know, it would just be... First, it would just be pure chance, because almost all the workstations would be open. It would just be like... You know, at first, people would just sit down and they'd be like, I'm just going to switch to a different workstation. But as it gets filled up, people sit down at that one that I leave on fucking Windows, and they'd probably be like, shit. And they have to go to like the one of the 3 remaining open workstations. The next person comes in, and by chance, they sit down at one of the other 2 remaining workstations that are Mac. Okay, and the next person comes in, and all the workstations are full except 2. The one I left on Windows that whoever sat down at it, you know, just left and picked another one, and the one that's actually Mac. And either 50-50, they pick mine or the Mac. But either way, if they pick, you know, if they end up sitting at the Windows one, then they go over and they get up and they go to the other open workstation, which is on Mac. And I guarantee you, that last person, right? They walk in, and there's only one workstation available, and it was the one I left on Windows that everyone else previously came in and sat down at there. Is now sitting at a different workstation. That's the only one available. This person goes and sits down. They wiggle the mouse. They see Windows. They look there like, and they look around. It's like there's no other open workstation. Fuck. Like, then that person probably have to go and get the help. They had to go and get the one person working in the help desk in the room next door, in the print lab, in the actual room where all the printers were. Because this was like 2 separate rooms. Like they had the one room with all the computers, and like they had in the room next door was all the printers and the 3D printers, and there was like the help desk. But they had like the wall in between had a door, and like they changed the wall so it wasn't like, you know, just a hard wall. It was like more of a dividing wall. It had like glass and shit, like you could see into each other, and, like into the other rooms and shit from the other one. It was a little more open than just 2 separate rooms, but like, you know. But they have to go to the other room, to the desk that's in there, and get the fucking person that's running the print lab. Because the whole complex of those 2 rooms is the print lab. So they have to go into the other room where that desk is, get the person to help them get with an option to pick either Mac OS or Windows OS. I guarantee that they would not notice because they would have never like seen that option. Just when they would normally use the workstation on Mac, because they would never think to look for it, or they would never stumble across it by accident either. So like that shit is just so tied in. They get fucking hooked on it like that, and then they're just like the whole industry is just stuck using fucking MacBooks and using Adobe products. There's better things, people. Like I have to be the fucking like I'm the one fucker like I've ever encountered. I'm the one fucking person who uses, how the fuck did you get all the way over there, Luigi? Who uses Windows as their operating system and then doesn't use Adobe products. I don't use Adobe Illustrator. I don't use Photoshop. I use Affinity Designer and Affinity Photo, and then for video editing I use fucking DaVinci Resolve. I guarantee you, everyone else in this fucking industry, no one else. I guarantee you, I'm like in the 0.5% of people in this industry that use just even one of those things. Like I guarantee there's like maybe, I don't know, one, like let's just do a nice round number of 10. So 10% of people. No, that's too generous. Like even 10% is too generous. Like maybe, okay, 5% of people in the design industry, of like graphic design specifically, use Windows. Like maybe 5% at most. And then out of those 5%, like 99% of them use Adobe. Right, so I'm in 1% of the 5%. Right, I'm in the 1% of Windows users that use Affinity, or just not Adobe in general. And then those Windows users are only 5% of the whole industry. And so I'm in like, I'm probably literally the only person in the whole fucking world in the graphic design industry who goes, whose loadout is Windows machine with non-Adobe products. as a baseline. Like, obviously, I know how to use the fucking Adobe products. Because, I mean, all of them function the same. Like Affinity Designer still, like, it you know, it translates. Right? Oh my god, what the fuck? Okay, I don't know who shot that, but damn. So, like, I'm probably the only person who uses that combination of stuff. And the thing is, it doesn't have to be like this. Like obviously, like, right now, like, Adobe is still going to be better for, is going to be quote-unquote better for everyone. Because of the fucking, like, the big thing is the ecosystem. Don't you do it. You do it, Luigi. But the thing is, like, it's not even the ecosystem. I mean, it's sort of the ecosystem. It depends on the job you do. Because if you need to, like, import shit from, like, one program to another, from, like, Photoshop to Illustrator and into After Effects and into Premiere, like, okay, right, sure. But, like, if you're just going to use Illustrator and a Photoshop, then for the love of God, switch to Affinity. Just switch, please, for the love of God. If those are the only two things you're gonna fucking use, please just use those two. And honestly, Affinity, like, they can save. They can save us. They can save us. They can. They have Affinity Photo. They have Affinity Designer. They had, like, Affinity Publisher, which is, like, their version, which is their version of what is it on Adobe? InDesign. So they have three. They have their version of Illustrator, their version of Photoshop, and their version of InDesign. All you have to do, all they have to do now, is just make their own version of After Effects and their own version of Premiere, and you'll cover like 90% of the user base of Adobe. All, like, 90% of the use cases of Adobe are those 4 apps. Or 5. Or, hold on. Yeah, 5. Right? Illustrator, Photoshop, InDesign, After Effects, and Premiere. Those are the 5. Those are the 5. You just gotta make competitors for those 5 and create your own little, like, easily, like, ecosystem where you can easily transfer, like, send files between one program to the other, and you'll be good. You'll be good. People will just switch over. Like, they just have to add the, like, really all it is they just have to add the products so that they can have somewhere to integrate a workflow into. Because right now they just have mainly Designer and Photo. Right, their version of Illustrator and Photoshop. It's like, you don't really need to create a whole ecosystem workflow thing for two pieces of software. Like, once you get all the other ones, and you get your own version of Premiere, your own version of After Effects, your own version of InDesign, which they have, but they need to kind of work on it. Like, once you have enough to then have an ecosystem, implement that shit, and it'll be so fucking much better. And finally we could just switch off of fucking Adobe. And I say this because fucking the UI in Affinity, so much better. It's so much better than Illustrator. Like, I tried learning both back when I was, like, I think I got into this in, like, junior year of high school. Like I had no clue what the fuck I was doing in either program, right? I had never used either Adobe stuff or Affinity stuff. And I tried out both, right? Because the school obviously had all the Adobe products, so I could try it like that. And I snatched up a copy of Affinity Designer for free, right? You know, means of the way I got it. You know, who knows? Could involve a skull and crossbones. You never know. And like a little ship on an ocean, you don't know. Could have been that, maybe. Right, but the point is, you know, I tried out both, not knowing how to use any of them, and the one I was able to learn was Affinity. They both do the same shit. Most of their tools are generally the same, but I was able to learn Affinity much more easily than Adobe, and I just stuck with Affinity. Right, and then I learned, like once I determined, like, okay, I want to use Affinity, it's like, not only did I learn this one, because it was, I tried both, and I ended up, at the same time, I learned this one, because this was more learnable. And then you go and look at the price, and it's like, Adobe is the fucking stupid-ass subscription model. Like, at the time, it was like they just switched over to the subscription model. Like, a few years ago at that point. And now it's been almost, like, 8 years or something, I don't know. But like, then it was like, they did it, like, just a couple years ago. So that was a new thing. And Affinity, which it still does now, is a one-time payment. With perpetual upgrades. Unless, like, oh, perpetual upgrades, asterisk. Like, I tried Affinity out for free, but I tried both out for free basically, right? One through the school, one through Iracy. And then you know, then once I determined, okay, I like Affinity better, then I went and I saw, okay, it's a one-time purchase. I bought it. The only money I've spent since getting the first time I got, or since that first purchase of Affinity Designer that I got in my senior year of high school, was purchasing Affinity Photo, right, their version of Photoshop, and then nothing since then for like however long. I don't know when I purchased Photo, but since then I've bought those two, and then I bought version 2 of those things. Right? They supported those ones were version 1, and they supported them for like a decade. And they finally got to the point where they had like a massive overhaul, and they improved everything so much more. And it was just so, and it was version 2. Right? You have to pay another single time purchase, and you get perpetual upgrades of version 2. Right? No more version 1.1.1. No, hold on. Version 1.1.28 or something, like they got up to, like it was fucking crazy. Like you got perpetual upgrades all the way through there, all the way through all of version 1's like decade-long support, and then you bought version 2 one time, and you get all the perpetual upgrades of version 2 for like the next however long it is they go with that one, like another decade. I was like, yes, that's even better than what Adobe used to do, because Adobe used to like make a new like suite package every year, and you could one-time purchase that suite package for that year. Right, so you could keep, right, so you can either keep, like, let's say Adobe Suite, Creative Suite 2010, and then they would release 2011, 2012, 2013. Then you'd say, you know what, I'm gonna buy the 2014 version, give myself an upgrade. So then you buy the 2014 version, and they released the 2015 version. Then they switched to Creative Cloud in 2016, I think. It was like, okay, right? But like Adobe would still release a new one that if you wanted to upgrade, you had to buy every fucking year. This one is, Affinity is literally, you buy it, and they support that version for like 10 fucking years. And it's just a one-time purchase. Like $60. The only thing that's stopping them from fucking knocking Adobe off of their fucking pedestal is just having more than just a version of Illustrator and Photoshop, but then add, like, they have to add a version of After Effects, add a version of Premiere, and a version, or improve your version of InDesign, and just create that, like, a way to quickly transfer from one program, like transfer a file from one program to the other, like in Adobe, and that's it. Then you have literally the same shit, but the price is so much better. You literally have basically at that point, literally 1-to-1. Just a one-time purchase. That's it. That's all they're missing. And it's not even just about like first off, it would be so much more financially better because it's a one-time fucking purchase model. It's like, that's, yes, thank you. But also, because I can guarantee you, right, if and when hopefully they make their own, let's say, version of After Effects, because god damn it, After Effects is so fucking awful. But I have to use it because there's no alternative. There's only After Effects, as far as I'm concerned, for the stuff I do. Right? Only After Effects. Right? There isn't anything else. But using After Effects is like, it's just such a dog shit UI. I guarantee you, if Affinity made a version of After Effects, I would know how to use it just so easily. I'd be making crazy shit in it. Like, pretty much within like a day or two. Like, shit that's taken me like a week, like things that took me a week or like a couple weeks to learn in After Effects, could do it in like an hour in Affinity. That's just how much better they designed their UI. Oh no. Oh, I thought I crashed and lost. Oh man, thank god the hitbox on that is slanted towards the finish line, not actually a flat wall. Oh, I thought I just threw that one. Yeah, no, like that would be... Like if Affinity just does that, it would be so good. Like, price, like first off the price, so much better. But the fucking usability of it, it's so much easier to understand. The shit they have so far, the versions of Illustrator and Photoshop, they're so much easier to understand and to know what to do. And they're like 99% as robust. Actually, no, they're like, they have 99% of the same stuff that their Adobe counterparts have. Alright, they have like 99% the same tools. And like their last 1%, they actually have just like different other tools that Adobe doesn't have. So like 99% of the tools are the same between the two, and then like they each have like their 1% of tools that are actually unique and different from each other. But they're equal, they're just as robust as each other. And so like the very random specific, like pretty damn obscure stuff that may not be there, depending on which one you use. And it's like, but the Affinity one is just so much easier to understand. It's like, please, I just, like, for the love of God, make a version of After Effects. I have DaVinci Resolve. I can live with that. But for the love of God, I want something other than After Effects. Please. Anything but After Effects. It's so shit. After Effects is so dog shit. all I want. I just want a better version. That's really all I want, really. Just give me a better version of After Effects. I just want that in my life. That's all I want when it comes to this stuff. I'm gonna try and outrun. Oh shit, I missed it. I have to actually avoid the... Actually, I was saying that as a joke. I'm gonna outrun the red shell on these, what are they called? Dash panels? I said that as kind of like a joke, and then I actually just... dodged it. I somehow tricked its heat-seeking capabilities by switching to the other side of the road. Oh, fuck. You know, it was the shell wouldn't follow me into oncoming traffic. It was following the traffic laws. That's what it was doing. Oh my god. Oh, okay. You know what? Really? That's the one car that doesn't, like, cause me to go into a tumble. That's the one. I guess it's the ramp on it. People are actually gonna drive at it on purpose. They're like, god damn it. Wow. Everyone choked. They all got to the finish line and everyone just started crashing into other things. I should not have won that. Actually, well, the only reason I wasn't going to win that is because I got hit by those fucking cars too. Actually, really. Came full circle. Oh. Just came full circle. Oh, wait a minute, what am I doing? Oh, fuck, I'm already here. At this point, I might as well do it. I forgot I have to just do the ups in order, and I completely forgot. Oh, jeez. Well, I'm still gonna try and win the race, but I forgot about that. Like, at this point, this is already the 4th race, so I mean, I have no choice. I'm not gonna just pause it and quit now. After getting to this point, might as well finish it out. I was just so focused on ranting about Adobe. You know what? You can have the lead. I ain't dealing with that red shell, blue shell. You know, ultimately, I don't think I came out any better than I would have if I had eaten the red shell, god damn it, eaten the blue shell. Oh, the bubbles are fucking me. I think we're good. Pinkled Peach got hit by something. Nope. Okay. I think it would have tumbled over the finish line there. Even if I got hit, we were good. What have I been going for? Oh, 2 hours, that's not bad. There's still one more, right? Out of those two, if I was to... Where am I at now? Oh yeah, I went straight from the fucking Lucky Cat Cup to the Feather Cup. I just skipped everything in between now. And it's like, and I'm knocking them off one by one, so that's fine. The only issue is that doesn't look right. I see that it's not in order. That's the only issue. Yes, we just completed one. Good, very good, very nice. But god damn it, now the trophy cabinet looks fucking weird. Oh well. We'll consider that a bonus one. I basically said at the start, like, I'm just gonna go through 100 or yeah, through mirror mode. Wait, did I do mirror mode? I did, right? I did both of them in mirror mode. Yes, okay. So we'll just consider that 200cc one as a bonus at the end, because I got carried away. There we go. Oops. I'm done with this for now. That means that I'm gonna go and end this little stream. It was just a short one. It was just a little short one. I don't have anything else really planned to do.